Hello there YouTube. We are 5 weeks out as of today. To be honest, this week's not been too exciting in many ways. I've trained, I've dieted well, done my cardio. Yeah, that's it really. I haven't got too many training videos just yet as well. I've got a couple, and I'm going to try and get one tomorrow along with a posing video. So this will be the 5 week out video. Next week it'll be 4 weeks out, and that's when it starts to get a bit more intimidating, scary. I'll have to book a tan and stuff like that, which I tried to do a few weeks ago, but the person didn't get back to me, so I'll find someone else. But yeah, today I've just been very hungry, and you know, I've stuck to my calories, pretty much hit them perfectly. I've actually just finished my day with a bowl of, which you can't see because there's no left, porridge with biscoff and peanut butter, which actually almost perfectly hit my calories. That was very nice. I've spent most of the day just doing some boring admin work, coached a little bit, trained as well. So yeah, it's a bit boring. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. There'll be some, as I said, some training footage, some posing footage. Yeah, this is the journey. Thank you. One thing I can talk about in this video actually is the schedule I have going at the minute, which I tried to break a little bit last week to just have more of a rest, and I hated it. I don't know if it's just I just wear best off routines, or if I was just having a bad day that day, but either way. Basically, I've been getting up around between 7, 7:45, anywhere around there. Go to the gym for about between 8:15 and 8:30, and I'll do my whatever training session it is that day, whether it's push. It's normally push and biceps, pull and triceps, or legs, and then I'll do cardio, depending on which day I've done. If I've done legs, I'll do treadmill for cardio, incline treadmill, and it'll be anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes, and I'll make the rest of the hour up in the day. If it's push or pull, I'll do Stairmaster, and believe me, 20 minutes on that is quite enough. But sometimes I will go up to about 30 or 40 on that one if I'm feeling particularly masochistic. And then basically after that I'll come home. Well, actually before that I'll have half a breakfast, which will be a little bit of porridge, protein, and then go do the training, come back, have some egg whites and an egg, which is very bodybuildery, isn't it? And then I will have a shower, and then do a bit of work, and then probably go into work. Usually coach around the time, but it just depends on the day. But yeah, the schedule has been to do that in the morning, get the training out the way as soon as I can. I had one day last week where I had the morning off, and then went into train at 1, but by the time I got to about 12 I just didn't want to train. I still did it. It was an okay session, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'll just probably stick to the mornings this week because it's just easier. And then I've got the rest of the day to just do whatever and get the rest of my cardio and steps and stuff in. I have a weekend away coming up this week, which means that the next video might actually be a little bit later. I'll see about that though. If it's a bit later, it'll just be the day after. But yeah, that's it really. Schedule wise, it's just sticking to that in the mornings and then trying not to get too bored, because I'll basically go do the treadmill, watch some Demon Slayer on Netflix. I wish I've nearly finished actually, so I'll have to find something else very soon, because I have about 6 episodes of that left and 4 weeks of prep and an hour of cardio a day to do. So yeah, I'll stop saying now. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello again. So I actually did get some training footage this morning, so there's a little bit of that you'll have just seen, and now I've also got a posing video, but I actually wanted to do the Q&A thing that I did on Instagram first, because one of the questions is relevant to the posing, I'd say. Didn't get too many questions actually asked, so the main one that I want to address is from Mark Tallett, who he said, what particular body part weaknesses would I want to address with size? I think years of powerlifting mean that I have big chest, big triceps, fairly strong back. I did have decent thighs until I had a few injuries here and there. But the obvious things that get missed out with powerlifting are things like the rear deltoids. So you'll probably notice on a lot of powerlifters that they're big and strong here and here, but not so much there, this kind of area here. So I'd say generally my back isn't too bad. Like, I'm quite happy with the back little by that you'll see in the posing and stuff like that. But I think rear delts a little bit. I think as well, as I said, with thighs, generally my legs are a little bit behind where I like them to be, because of the elbow injury I had, and during lockdown I only had access to barbells. Barbell work hurt, whereas now I've got access to machines again, so they are coming back. It's just taking a bit of time. That's not the reason why you never see them, by the way. I'm just really uncomfortable wearing shorts. I always have been. When I actually do the photo shoot, I've got like actual classic physique posing trunks to wear, so you will see my legs properly then. But I think for me, I think also I am 12 kilo lighter than I was at the start of the year, never mind what I was before this year. I just feel like my legs are smaller than I'm used to, but they definitely do have a bit more muscle tone than what they had a few months ago, so they are getting there. So basically, to answer the question, it would be shoulders, particularly the rear shoulders, and just lower body in general. So get my thighs bigger, get my hamstrings more defined, and probably bigger calves as well, which, as the Simpsons will tell you, is the hardest place to add mass. One of the other questions I got, it was actually on a previous Q&A story, was what would I do differently in terms of training and nutrition when I was younger. And I think first off, it would have just been to do it all better and have more accountability. So my initial training, I followed a decent plan. I didn't really have any coaching until years into it, so I feel like I could have been better form wise, which would have affected my longevity in terms of training, in terms of getting better with deadlift, getting better with squats, that kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, when I was into powerlifting I got to a decent level, but I did have like a few issues, like just deadlifting from a bad start position, that kind of thing. I'd also just took better care of my nutrition, because I think the last couple of years have proven that I can do nutrition fairly well. I didn't for a long time. So like I went from 70 kilo at one point, up to about, and then up to about 90, and then stayed around there, and that was okay. But when I went from 90 to 100, that was too much. To 103, it was too much. Whereas I think I'm probably best like mid 80s. Well, I'm currently high 70s, so you know, we'll see. But I would probably sit around mid 80s without any real trouble. But yeah, we'll see about that. But as I said, in terms of what would I do differently, it would just be to do it more systematic, do it better. I can't really think of a more appropriate way of putting it, to be honest. Just a better training plan and a better nutrition plan, definitely. But with that in mind, particularly the first question in mind from Mark, I'll go into the posing video now, and hopefully you don't think it's like, you know, the things I've said are too obvious, and if you think they are, let me know in the comments. And if you think there's anything else that I should work on, let me know in the comments, because that's the whole point of this, because I'm a beginner to this one. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe give it a share as well, I don't mind that either. But yeah, enjoy the posing. Thank you.